everyone. I hope everybody has had a good day. If you didn't have a good day, I hope it gets better. So today I wanted to talk about a level of transparency as far as cell phones. I was having a discussion the other day. Now most of the topics I'm going to have are things that just I've either spoken about or people have asked me about. So today I want to talk about a level of transparency in relationships as far as cell phones. So I just want to know everybody's thoughts on what you think about having your cell phone locked. Now, cell phones being locked is completely understandable. I lock my personal cell phone, just me, but I get it for as far as security, because if you ever lost your phone, I understand we keep a lot of personal information in our cell phones. We keep a lot of sensitive information in our cell phones. So I completely understand locking your cell phone. However, locking the cell phone and having a PIN that the other person is not aware of or is not privileged to that information is where the levels of trust and has a red flag. So now, if anyone wants to keep their cell phone locked, I get it, I understand. However, if it's something that you're locking away from your spouse or your partner, your significant other, that's where the issue comes in. That's where trust starts to fall and deteriorate. That's when suspicion starts to come in. Because why would someone keep their phone locked away from your partner if you're in a relationship? There has to be a level of transparency there. So I personally have a PIN number. My husband has a PIN number. But we know each other's PIN number. Now, granted, I don't really go into his phone. He doesn't go into my phone. That's a whole nother discussion about going into someone's phone. But being able to have access is what we're talking about today. So, if I needed to check something or retrieve an email, or, someone sent an email instead of to both of us, they sent it to him, or vice versa, I should be able to have access to his phone if I need be. I don't need to go in there, but the fact that you would hide the information is what I wanted to talk about today. Why is there a level of secrecy as far as PIN numbers or passcodes to cell phones, to laptops, to whatever? And how do you guys feel about that? How many of you have access to your significant other's password or PIN numbers to certain things? And if you don't have access, what do you feel about that? How did you guys come to that conclusion? Is it something that you both agreed on, which is perfect if that works for you guys? Or is it something that's just one-sided and one partner does want access but the other partner denies and declines? How does that discussion go? How are you guys approaching that? I want to kind of dive into how we can get a level of transparency in relationships, because that is needed when you're hiding something. And basically that's what it is, because if the other person is requesting that information and you refuse or you decline, you are technically hiding it. Now if they don't make the request, then it's nothing, you're not really hiding anything, because no one has made a request for it, which is okay. If that's how that relationship wants to function, by all means. But to have a relationship function at its most healthiest state, there should be levels of transparency. There shouldn't be any secrecy. There shouldn't be any hiding of PIN numbers or passcodes, or wherever the case may be. Now it's thumbprints and face recognition, so you can't really give someone your thumbprint. But I'm talking as far as PIN numbers and passcodes and whatever else there might be that is blocking or hindering your other person from having a certain access to a certain part of your life. And our cell phones are a huge part of our life, because we work off of our cell phone. It's a computer in our hands. So we're doing so much on our phones. So you're hiding a big chunk of what's going on in your day to day and what are you doing and your activities and hobbies from your other person, if you are preventing them or holding back a PIN number or passcode. And if you are one of those people that don't divulge that information, why? Let me know why. What's the reason behind it? What's your explanation in not divulging that information to your partner? And if you are someone that has requested it from your significant other and they declined it, how did that make you feel? What was the discussion like after that? Have you guys discussed it, or did you just, accept that and moved on? But I want you guys to kind of figure out if that's something that you want to tackle, because it really should be. If we want our relationships to be at its healthiest point, there has to be a level of openness and transparency, and being able to share those things with your spouse. So we can't allow the enemy to have any room, any space to creep in and not have and take us off of our mark and take us off of our post in our relationships or marriages. So that's all. I just wanted to have that discussion today and share my thoughts on cell phones and locking cell phones and keeping certain things away from, your partner or your significant other. So if anybody has any questions or comments, and you just want to share your thoughts and some of the questions that I asked, please do. I would love to read them. Please share, please like, please subscribe, and I will chime in later when anytime I have another idea or something pops up into my head, or someone asks me a question and I'm like, oh, that could be a good discussion. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you guys soon.